I am always talking about self-reflection, and I think it's only about time that I tell you what that is, how you do it, and how it's absolutely going to transform and change your life. So if you want to learn more about how to be self-aware and how to reflect, stick around. We're about to learn a lot more. So if you've watched any of my videos, I am always referencing this cute little thing about being self-reflective and journaling and writing things down and thinking and being quite analytical about situations. The reason I do this is because I have seen what not having self-awareness looks like in life, and honestly, I never want that to be me. Because the self-awareness and self-reflection piece are so related, because if you are not aware of yourself, your behaviors, your characteristics, your strengths and areas of improvement, then you're going to walk into environments either underselling yourself, destructing the environment, unfortunately, and not just not reading cues and reading the room appropriately. So this is where self-reflection comes in, because self-reflection allows you to be a little bit more critical about your actions, your decisions, and just how you show up. So stick around with me as I tell you, one, how I got on this journey of being quite self-reflective, and how I execute without becoming too critical, because sometimes being in your self-reflection bag, it can make you a little bit hypercritical, but we're going to go through ways on how to also avoid that. Self-reflection, the reason I became a reflective person, or kind of became more intentional about being reflective, was because I was looking at my life and looking at the different seasons and the different areas and wondering, how can I ensure that this doesn't happen again? Or if it happens again, how can I approach this differently? Is there a way that I would do this differently? And slowly but surely, I was realizing as I was sitting down with different situations and circumstances, I was learning more and more about myself in different contexts and different situations, which allowed me to understand myself a lot better and to be very, very honest with myself. So one of the things was, for example, if I had a situation at work that I didn't like or didn't really agree with, I would look at what was my contributing role in that. Is there a way that I could have handled it better? And is there a way that I can ensure that this doesn't happen in the future, or that I'm better equipped? And those are the little patterns of self-reflection that really allow you to grow and improve, and to really overcome some of the challenges that you may be facing as well. So self-reflection comes from a place of, I actually want to show up as the best version of me, who is also aware of how my actions contribute to the different outcomes in my life and around me as well. Now, let me tell you how you can do self-reflection. And I already mentioned one of these, and it starts with, quite simply, writing things down. Get you a journal and write things down. And you can go online, you'll find different ways in which you can do this that might be best fit for you. And it's really, really important that this is just an overall concept, but you find a way and a system that works for you. For me, I write things down, and I write things down in a way that is very, very honest to me and very honest about situations and circumstances. I don't sugarcoat things in my journaling time, because what I want to be able to do is read through it and elicit different pieces of information. Because again, this idea of putting things down on paper allows you to see a bigger picture and allows you to see those gaps you might have otherwise missed. So that journaling process for me personally is really, really important in being honest about situations, being honest about my feelings regarding certain matters, being honest about how things have gone and what I want to do with that information. That is one way of being self-reflective, is taking some quiet time, taking some time to think through this and think through things. So I would definitely recommend having a pen and paper in that time, or if you're one of those people that write in your notes, whatever the case might be. But if you are going through several different circumstances or even a season, it is really, really important that you kind of just meditate your way through it. And what I mean by meditate is take some time to focus on the different elements that exist in the season, circumstance, or context that you're going through. What might this mean? What is this? Why is this happening? How am I showing up in this area? Is there something I can adjust or do? For example, I was talking on my TikTok about watching some of Myron Golden's content, and how he was talking about showing up as high energy. That one of the tools for wealth building, a great channel if you want to watch stuff on business, wealth building. It has a biblical element as well. He's really, really informative on making people understand the characteristics of successful business owners. One of the things he was talking about is showing up in high energy. And I literally paused that video and said, this is quite interesting, because he was making a reference to the idea that when you're going through things, you tend to be downcast, you tend to be sad, and you tend to let that energy like really leak off you. So in your interactions, someone might ask you how you're doing, and you say, oh, I'm alive. And it's like, wow, don't make the room dark. And for me, I took that moment to really understand that, okay, cool. Sometimes when I'm overwhelmed and when I'm in seasons that are specifically difficult, I can show up with an energy that almost instantly changes the environment. I can be quite downcast, I can be quite negative, and I can honestly be quite draining. And for me, those are not characteristics that I wanted for myself. And the secondary thing is, I don't want to put that on people. If someone's asking me how I am, I may not be fine, but there's a better way to communicate. There's a better way to share that information. And that is an example of how we are to be self-reflective. Okay, when you're in a season that is a little bit overwhelming, a little bit difficult, it is important that you show up with high energy. It's important that you show up with optimism and positivity. And that's one of the self-reflections I took for myself. A second way of being self-reflective is talking to your close people. And now, if you were a bit like me when I was young and you thought everyone was your close friend, I promise you it's only like 2 or 3 people in your life that you can be your rawest self with. So for example, mine is my best friend, and we get to have really open dialogues where I get to speak about situations and we get to explore different things. We get to explore our actions, the way that we showed up in this moment, is how we said this right, was our delivery off? Like those little things there act as a reference point, because you might also see a situation as, and this happened to me, and this is why I did this, and da 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 da, and blah blah blah. And now someone goes, oh, I don't think you dealt with that well. It is your opportunity to take that piece of feedback and to disseminate it and really understand, okay, actually, did I not show up well in this? Did I not resolve this well? Did I not communicate well? Those are really, really important in self-reflection. And to conclude this, I think if you've made it this far and you're still a bit like, I don't really need to self-reflect, I'm perfect, da 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 da. Beloved, we are not perfect. And that's the beauty of being human. And I really, really think that another part of life that we don't attribute to self-sabotage is not being self-aware and not being self-reflective. Like, you are sabotaging yourself consciously or unconsciously when you choose to not take time to reflect on how you show up in different scenarios, different spaces, different relationships. You are choosing, whether consciously or subconsciously, to lack self-awareness when you feel like you have nothing to change or improve. And this is a point for you to self-reflect if you're thinking, this got real personal, Mercy, get off my neck. Yeah. It was personal. This is a time for you to now reflect, think, okay, cool. Are there areas in my life where I have been self-sabotaging by not being reflective? This especially works with relationships. Is there a cycle that you keep experiencing, whether it's with jobs, whether it's with friends, whether it's with different things? Is there a cycle? Have you not been self-reflective on how to break this cycle? Because some things just require you to posture yourself differently, or deliver things differently, or respond differently. And that is all coming from the fruit of self-reflection and being self-aware. So if you've made it this far, as always, drop a heart in the comments, like, comment, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. And I really hope this has blessed you. And if you have any questions about self-reflection, self-awareness, and journaling, anything that we've discussed today, you can drop it in the comments, drop me a DM, drop me a message. I'm on TikTok, I'm on Instagram, and I'm obviously here on YouTube. But love you guys as always, and stay blessed.